Hey yo, it's AyoChikiMoko here bringing you another Apex Legends video. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you for joining me today and honoring the world with your presence. And I want to give a special thanks to all you LifeLine mains out there for checking out the channel and giving me a chance to help you become a better support legend for your team. And for those of you who aren't LifeLine mains, don't worry, I got you covered too. At the end of the video, I will not only be getting into what LifeLine is a good counter for, but also how to counter LifeLine when you come across her in the arena. And with that, let's get into the video. Today we'll be starting my new series, Legend Breakdowns, starting with one of the most notable legends to get a rework in Season 5, and that's LifeLine. But before we dive into her stats, we're first going to start with where LifeLine once was in the meta of Apex and how she came to where she is today. When Apex Legends first released, LifeLine was a high B tier legend due to her fast heal and her fast shielded revive, making her a great addition to the team but nowhere near a necessity. Back in the day of Season 0 to Season 2, the common legend squad consisted of Wraith, Bangalore, Pathfinder, Watson, or LifeLine. Substituting out that third role due to mobility was a key aspect of being able to reposition and catch up to those third parties all around Kings Canyon. But back then, she was and still is one of the best early game legends with her care package, giving you an opportunity to kit up early game if you're able to find enough ult accelerants, or now in Season 5 the charge towers, and we'll dive deeper into how OP charging towers are in the hands of a good LifeLine main. But also LifeLine's tactical is a great early game tool and can come in so clutch because it's just a constant stream of health without having to use syringes. The only problem was that as Apex evolved through the seasons, giving the buffs to legends like Gibraltar and then Mirage, that's when we begin to see LifeLine fall off the radar, due to their kits giving them new utility and reviving down teammates, and then beginning to overshadow LifeLine's entire kit. With the community beginning to claim that Gibraltar's new buffs to his dome, he essentially became a bigger and better LifeLine, with not only his ability to give fast heal to his entire team, but his faster revive time inside the bubble. And the response the devs would give is that LifeLine was in a complicated spot due to the data showing that she's still top tier across multiple categories, from pick rate to win rate and her kill to death ratio. Still, however, the devs felt as though she wasn't as unique as she once was, but they couldn't merely buff her due to the previous stats. So what they went for instead is a rework, stating that they wanted her to stand out from other legends without necessarily adding power. And that's where we are today with Season 5, the Lost Treasures event. We're now replacing LifeLine's old combat medic with her new passive, allowing her bot to revive down teammates while LifeLine defends. So with that, let's dive a little deeper into what exactly LifeLine's passive is. And well, let's start with what hasn't changed, and that's her ability to open up blue supply bins in their extra compartment. That gives her extra meds and attachments. And then for her new passive, Combat Revive, where LifeLine deploys a Doc to revive teammates. Doc will also deploy a shield while reviving LifeLine's teammate, leaving LifeLine free to defend. And let's start with Doc's shield. It's a curved 5 meter by 2.6 meter tall shield and will not allow anything to pass through it, and this includes caustic gas. So if your teammate is down by a caustic player and then the caustic player decides to throw a gas trap to finish the kill, if you're able to deploy your drone, it will push the smoke to the side, allowing both you and your teammate to be free of caustic damage for 6 seconds. This is one of the very few counters to caustic. However, caustic gas traps last 13 seconds, so you won't be able to shield yourself entirely from the trap. Well, not this way, but we'll get into that later in the video when I get into the strategy section, where I talk about how to be the best support legend for your team and how to become one of the very few counters for caustic gas. But before we get into that, let's continue looking at Doc's shield. And what we see when LifeLine goes for the revive, it will take you 0.90 seconds to deploy the drone. But for the shield to be completely deployed, it takes 0.08 seconds, which is honestly almost immediate, essentially always giving you cover of the fire behind. However, there is a way to cancel animation altogether, and the way you accomplish this is by merely sliding into the revive. And what this will do is negate the slow effect LifeLine has when deploying the drone and give you an opportunity to get right back into the action. But when doing this, it becomes very difficult to orient the shield in the direction that you want. So if you're just trying to get behind cover, doing the slide revive will give you the necessary cover. However, this is at the expense of your teammate, because it leaves both your teammate and the bot exposed to the enemy. And the reason why I mentioned the bot is due to currently in the game, if the bot takes any damage whatsoever, the revive is cancelled, and any stray shots or grenades from you or your teammates or the enemy will cancel the bot's revive. So if you're going up against someone who is decently skilled at the game and is following right behind you, all they'll have to do is hit the bot and then focus right back on you. So I wouldn't recommend doing this if your enemy is attacking you from behind, but nevertheless this is a necessary skill, because this does give you at least a little bit of time and allows you to do something else without having to be stuck in the revive animation. And honestly, that's what LifeLine's whole kit is based around now more than ever, freeing you and your team from having to be stuck in that animation of healing to now reviving, so you can be looting, defending, or what we'll begin to get into, and that's speeding up your healing mid-battle. And the best example example of this is LifeLine's Tactical, her drone of compassion that automatically heals those near it over time. So let's begin to break this down. What exactly does it heal? Because what you'll notice is when your entire team is hooked up to the drone, if you're all low, it estimates that it won't heal you and your teammates to full health. And this is because the dock from my testing only has a total of 150 health. So between the 3 of you, you're only getting 50 health each. However, if there's 2 people, obviously it'll be giving you 75 health each. And I found this out through rigorous testing, and I gotta give credit to Misguided Child who helped me figure this out. Also for LifeLine's Tactical, we have a deploy time, and what this is your weapons put away time, the drone's deploy time of 1.24 seconds, and then your weapons takeout time before you can begin to fire again. And then once the drone is fully deployed, it takes 1.60 seconds before it hooks into you and begins to heal you. So this will minimally take 2.84 seconds, and that's not including your weapons put away time. So doing this mid-fight is not a good idea unless you're trying to get behind cover. And if you're really low on health, it would be smart to try and reposition far away from the battle. Not only due to how loud the bot is, but also because of the fact that it will take you 19.4 seconds to heal you from 1 health to 100 health. However, if you are able to pop off just 1 syringe, this will speed up the process by 23%, removing 4.55 seconds. And in most scenarios, you won't have time to pop off 2 syringes, but if you are at 1 health or close to it, you can remove up to 40% of that original time, removing 7.77 seconds off that original 19.4 seconds. Now that's to speed up your healing if you have 100 health, but let's say you have 200, and let's compare whether or not it's worth it to pick up the gold shield over the purple, or if you should still just stick with the purple due to LifeLine's ability to heal herself with her dock while popping a shield battery at the same time. And how long it will take you to pop off 1 shield battery in the syringe for max health, it will take you 15.27 seconds. And don't try to pop off 2 syringes unless you're trying to walk away from the drone because you won't have enough time. You'll be stuck healing yourself for 2 extra seconds or you'll have to cancel it. And then for a gold armor, we see that you'll have to pop off 2 shield cells and 1 single syringe, giving you a time of 12.43 seconds. So we see that picking up a gold shield is still a good choice for LifeLine. However, something to note is that if you take any damage while being healed by the dock, it will stop healing you. And then you'll have to wait 1 whole second after you stop receiving damage before it will reattach. And it will also detach from you if you get more than 3.5 meters away from the bot. So don't try and re-engage too early. Something else to know about the dock drone is that it will not be destroyed if you hit it with any bullets or explosions for the tactical. So it's a very effective barrier between you and the enemy, similar to how Caustic players have canisters to use as cover. And the only thing that can destroy the bot is Crypto's EMP. Then looking at LifeLine's Tactical, we have a gold helmet or a normal helmet. We see that will reduce the tactical from 45 seconds all the way down to 35 seconds. Okay, that was a lot of information, but now it's time to take a look at LifeLine's ultimate. And what we end up seeing is that it will take you a total of 6 minutes to call in your care package. And with the gold helmet, that will reduce it down to 4 minutes and 45 seconds. And with each ult accelerant with my testing, it will take off 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So just finding 1 ultimate accelerant will make it the equivalent of a gold helmet time. And a strat that you need to be making sure that you start implementing as a LifeLine main is either hot dropping the capacitor on King's Canyon so you can hit all of those charge towers, or at least being mindful of where the charge towers are in the map so you can get as many care packages down for your team, especially early game. This is how you get a leg up on the only other support legend in the game, Loba, due to the fact that you're not relying on what's already on the map. You are literally spawning in your own loot. But now let's take a look inside LifeLine's care package and see what we get, because along with LifeLine's passive rework, LifeLine's ultimate also got a bit of a buff rework nerf. LifeLine's ult is a care package that will land in 14.45 seconds and has 3 compartments. In contrary to popular belief, the loot that spawns is not completely random. Let's start by numbering the doors. Door number 1 will be the door facing LifeLine when she first calls in her ultimate, and then we'll go clockwise to door 2 on the right, and then this is door 3 over here to the left, and each door spawns specific things. For door 1, this will drop a level 3 backpack, a level 3 knockdown shield, or a level 3 or higher attachments. The attachments vary from stocks to extended mags to optic, and it also has the chance of spawning the skull piercer hop up. But from my testing of the 45 care packages, I did not get a single light extended mag, so I may just have bad luck, or it may be the one exception, but I wouldn't know why. Then we see for door 2, we can actually get a level 3 helmet, a level 3 knockdown shield, or a level 3 armor, and this is the only door that has a chance of spawning the level 3 armor. And then for the third door, it only spawns health items. And I did mention that LifeLine's care package got a bit of a buff rework nerf thing, and what I mean by that is rather than just spawning 1 health item or 1 attachment inside the doors, it kind of comes in like a bundle. And what I mean by this is if the care package spawns attachments, there will be 2 instead of 1, and then when it spawns health items, it will spawn a total of 3 items rather than 1. 1. And that seems like a buff, but also it's a nerf because from my testing, the care package only spawns shield cells or syringes, and it won't spawn any shield batteries anymore. And with that, we finished covering LifeLine's entire kit. And now we're gonna dive into how to counter LifeLine, and then we'll get into how LifeLine mains can counter Caustic players. So one of the best counters in the entire game is obviously Revenant, due to his ability to silence, especially against LifeLine, due to his silence ability being able to stop her from using her passive ability of allowing her drone to revive. And then on top of that, Revenant's tactical deals 10 damage. And like I mentioned before, any stray bullets, any damage that hits the drone will cancel the revive. And then on top of that, LifeLine can't even go for the revive right away, due to the fact that the silence orb will be so close to the down teammate that if they were to go up and do the revive, it would cancel it anyways. But now let's get into what if you're a down teammate. What if you see an enemy LifeLine coming in to revive the guy you just downed? The best way to save your kill and help out your entire team is to get as close as you can to the downed enemy. This will make it just a little bit more difficult for that LifeLine to try and activate her drone, due to the revive and the finisher being on the same key. This can be extremely frustrating for the LifeLine and can save your entire team from having to deal with the guy that you just downed. But now it's time to get into the last section of this video, where I'll be diving into how to spot a good LifeLine main who can potentially be one of the very few counters to Caustic this season. But first we'll be looking at LifeLine's passive and how the revive interacts with other legends. And hey, real quick, if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button, click the subscription box down below, and ring that notification bell so I can keep you informed about everything Apex Legends related. And if you have a particular legend you guys want me to do next, be sure to leave it down in the comment section below. But with that out of the way, let's get into the first legend interaction with LifeLine's revive, and that's Bangalore and her smoke. So with Bangalore's smoke, it hides the revive shield very well, as long as you're past 10 meters. But when you pass that 10 meters, that's when the shield becomes more and more visible as you get closer. And then you Pathfinder Marines out there, if there's any of you left, you are able to grapple onto the shield as a point of pivot, either to counter LifeLine or to spring into action and help your LifeLine cover your down teammate. Then looking at Gibraltar's dome, we see that underneath the drone, the LifeLine tactical, the dock, does not heal you any faster. And I think if it would be a pretty solid, almost OP comp if it did though. Then with Crypto's EMP, we see we can destroy LifeLine's tactical, but from my testing, I wasn't able to destroy the dock when it was doing the revive. Then for both Wraith and Octane, their ults get cancelled if they try and put it right over the down teammate. So if you're trying to help out your down teammate get away from the action, be sure to put the jump pad or the portal off to the side a little bit just so it doesn't cancel it out. And now we're finally gonna get into what we all came here to see, how LifeLine counters Caustic, and the strat that you LifeLine mains out there should all be taken advantage of. So before the LifeLine rework, LifeLine will be able to bring up her shield and then put it back down almost instantly. And what that did was give skilled LifeLine mains out there the ability to outplay other legends and play very aggressively by almost juking out or baiting the enemy. And this was just always so amazing to watch, and when you're able to pull it off yourself, it was so rewarding. But now with a rework, that's still possible, due to the fact that the bot can be cancelled by any shot. So a well-coordinated team can time when to cancel the revive, put down the shield, and then bring it back up, potentially giving you the ability to have continuous shielding from the enemy. And then for those very skilled LifeLine mains out there, being able to do this yourself has the potential of shielding you and your teammate for a total of 12 seconds, which is almost the entire time of a Nox gas trap. And if you have a gold shield, you can almost completely heal yourself in the time that it takes to res twice. Now this is not nearly as easy as it once was. Being able to just let go and then press E to bring down the shield and put it back up, now this requires a bit more skill with having to know where the bot is and shoot it down, and then immediately having to bring the shield right back up. But with this, LifeLine has so much more potential. And yes, fast heals were a very nice part of LifeLine's old kit, but now knowing what you do, fast heals are nothing compared to what LifeLine is capable of now. But hey, if you did enjoy this legend breakdown, be sure to click right over here in the corner where my dope little assistant's pointing so I can take you to my Legends breakdown series. However, if you're watching this fresh off the upload, there unfortunately won't be any other videos other than this one, because this is my first legend breakdown. But in the description, I'll have more quality videos just like this one, including my gun breakdown series covering all the weapons in the Apex Legends arena that I've covered so far. And to round out the video, I want to give a special thanks to all you guys watching. I'm a very small channel and we're growing slowly, we're getting there. And all you guys out there right now, all my day ones, I appreciate every one of you. Now I'll give a special thanks to Misguided Child, Noble Knight Marty, Tom, Neff, Jackson, and Buffalo K. Without them allowing me to shoot them and accidentally kill them sometimes, I wouldn't have been able to make this video and get all the testing that I needed. So a special thanks to them, and thank you guys again for watching. And don't forget to be a true legend and hit that subscribe button. But with that, be sure to be the best you can be, and I'll see you in the next one.